Okay, boys and girls, we are back. I'm back with Ant L. What's your Twitter, Ant?
Ant L underscore sports keg.
Okay, we have great news. We have a winner in the no name sports show contest. Oh, there we got Jay coming in. It is Between the Seams with the B, the E, and the T capitalized for bet. What a great name. And the winner was Stelios. So hit me up on my Twitter, DM me, and we'll get with Jay and we'll hook you up either with, I don't know, we'll do the college package or we'll do the NFL package, whatever you guys decide. So we're going to jump right in it because we have a lot of games, actually. I think between the both of us, we probably have, I don't know, we probably got 9 plays. So let's just jump right in. Let me pull up the slate. Okay, we're going to start with the Reds and Alex Wood against the Nats and Joe Ross. We are plus 123 for the Reds. We are minus 133 for the Nats. I got nothing on this game. Ant, you got anything?
I got more than something. I got 2 bets on this game. I'm kind of sad that I didn't wait because I didn't think that many people would jerk off over wanting to bet on the Nationals. So I took the Reds at plus 110, and now they're plus 122. I don't give a fuck about that 10-cent line movement. That doesn't scare me at all. I like the Reds in this spot at that price. They got in general, in theory, Alex Wood should be a better starting pitcher than Joe Ross. Joe Ross has not been that good. He's had a couple good starts, but still, I'm not convinced that this dude is somebody who you want to be hanging your hat on. But I'm also on the over 10.5. I think I'm actually very confident in the over 10.5. Like the Reds money line is really more of a, I'm getting like a price grab, because I kind of cap this game being a little bit more of a coin flip. So it's like, if you're going to give me plus money on a coin flip, I'm going to take the plus money. But I'm very confident in the over here. I don't like either bullpen. I don't like Joe Ross. I like both offenses. I think both offenses can rake. We're probably going to see another 8-7 type game. And who the hell knows? This game with these bullpens, it could be 2-2 going into the 8th inning, and it ends up being 10-7. It's
Yeah, with these pitchers, I can see that. Shout out to the chat. What's up, Robert, Armin, Andrew, Gerardo, Maxwell, Rich? What's going on? By the way, I am Sports Keg in here, and it's obviously me. What's up, Vegas Gun? Nice to have you. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate that. Okay, I got nothing on that, so let's move on. Okay, so now we got.
You don't even like the over? I know you love overs, Matt.
I do, but no, I get nothing on that game. Although I'm with you with these two, I mean the game could blow up, but I'm staying off of that. So let's roll to the Cubbies and the Phillies. We got the Cubbies at minus 131. By the way, I'm using Bet Online. They seem to be pretty fair. They usually are first to the board, one of the first to the board. So I'm going to use those. You guys could probably get a couple cents better or worse, depending on which way you're going. Also, I'm going to be doing a lot of half units. The reason I'm going to be doing a lot of half units is I beat the shit out of these numbers this morning, and they all moved on me. So I'm going to stick with what I gave this morning, but I'm just going to drop a lot of them back to half units. So again, Quintana, Vargas. So we got minus 131 on the Cubs. We got the comeback at plus 121 over under 10.5. My play on this is I have 2 plays. We're going to go both half units. I like the Cubs money line here, minus 130. Again, that's gone the wrong direction for me. They're just a hotter team. They have a better pen. I think we got the better starter in this game. I like the lineup better. And so we're going to roll with that. I'm also going to roll with the under 10.5 as a half unit. These are both going to be half units. I think these 2 pitchers are good enough. I try to fade Vargas, but he just keeps proving me wrong. He's pitching pretty well. I don't know how he's doing it with that 87-mile-an-hour fastball and that big looping curveball. But he's been successful. So under 10.5, I like as well for a half unit. Ant, what say you?
I don't necessarily disagree with either of those plays. The Cubs definitely do have a better starting pitcher and a better lineup in general. I'm also not a big fan of Vargas. I want to staying off this game though. I did run the numbers on this game, but I came up with it being Chicago about minus 135. So the number is right at what I thought it should be. So I just didn't see a lot of value in my perspective on taking it. But I definitely think the Cubs would be the right side here. The under, I like that look on the under. Half unit on the under definitely seems like a pretty reasonable play. 10.5 is a lot of runs here especially since the Phillies are just so hot and cold. I mean, the Phillies offense has just been so blah ever since McCutchen, decided to blow out his knee, and Asdrubal Carrera has decided to be a wife beater. So they don't have those guys in their lineup. I mean, the Phillies lineup has just been very mediocre, and Quintana is a lefty, so that's going to neutralize a lot of Bryce Harper's advantage. So an under here is definitely a good look.
Nice. Okay. So we kind of agree on that one. All righty. Let's move it right along. We're going to go to the Orioles-Yanks. We got the Orioles at plus 164, the Yanks at 296, over under 10.5. I got 0 on this. Ant, anything?
No. If you just want to lay the wood on the Yanks, I guess you can, because all they do is beat the shit out of the Orioles every freaking game.
Right. What's up, Tony?
But I'm not exactly recommending people lay, what is it, like minus 300?
Right, I hear you.
Yeah,
these Yanks are interesting to me because I look at the bottom of their lineup and I keep saying to myself, how these guys, and they just keep hitting. It is amazing with all these people that are hurt, how they just keep hitting. So props to them.
Yeah, okay. Maybe an over. I don't know. You could probably. Well, the Yankees always just hit the overs by themselves against the Orioles. That's what's crazy.
Although we do have Means on the mound. I mean, we have their so-called ace, I guess. But
yeah, I tried grabbing a nice number with John Means, last time he pitched against the Yankees, and he wound up getting blown up for like 17,000 runs. So I'm not going back to that fucking well.
What, Maxwell? You must like Alex Wood tonight. Is that what's going on here? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Gerardo?
And also, I already hit once this week at an absurd number with the Orioles against a superior team. I don't know if I can hit twice with them in 3 days. Right. I already got them plus 380 against the Astros and Verlander. I don't know if I'm going to be lucky enough to hit that again.
You don't want to press your luck with a bad team?
I mean, dude, I don't know. Whatever. No. If it's plus 300, I'll give it a go. At this number, though, it's just staying on.
Okay, Ant's gonna have to tend to his dog apparently once an episode. Okay, so let's move on to the Rangers, the Blue Jays. So we got Lynn against Font. We got minus 134 for the Rangers. We got plus 124 for the Blue Jays, over under 9. I think you guys know my position on the Blue Jays. I really like them coming out of the All-Star break. Biggio and Bichette coming up have made a huge difference. This team can really hit. The Rangers, on the other hand, really can't hit. I think this is kind of a lower line at 9 for these two. I actually like kind of a derivative bet here. I'm going to take the Blue Jays plus 1.5 at 130. So we're laying a little bit of juice, but I figure this is going to be a close game. I don't see a shit ton of runs in this. So you're going to give me plus 1.5 with a team that probably could win the game outright. I'm going to take that. Again, this line movement killed me. I had it as a full unit all day, but I have to drop it back down to a half unit just because of the line movement. So we're gonna roll Toronto plus 1.5 minus 131 half unit on it. Okay, Ant.
I loved this. Was one of my favorite plays this morning, and now it doesn't matter because the Toronto's put in an opener in place of Pannone. So I'm only going to get even if I rebet it, I'm getting fewer innings against the guy I was trying to fade. So I'm off this game now. But My previous favorite bet of the day was the Rangers' first 5 run line with Lance Lynn and Fading Pannone. But apparently the Blue Jays figured out Pannone sucks too, so they put an opener in here. And let's get a little soapbox here and let everyone know I'm fucking sick and tired of these goddamn openers. It's really pissing me off. Fuck the Tampa Bay Rays for starting this trend, okay? All right? The Tampa Bay Rays had a whatever. I can rant on for the next 10 minutes on how annoying openers are right now. How many canceled bets are we going to fucking need before the betting community rises up and petitions baseball to knock this shit off? You know? How many goddamn canceled money line bets and first 5s do we need before we make our voices heard to the authorities at MLB? Fuck the opener.
The authorities? Put your foot down, Ant Rant. Okay, you done?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Okay. All right. So where were we? Okay. So here's another one. I took it in the ass. Dodgers with May and Yamamoto with the Marlins. So we got the Dodgers at -206, comebacks +191 on the Marlins, over under 8.5. I was on the first 5 all day, gave it out. It was first 5 Dodgers run line. It was like 130 or something. Now it's 150. So what I'm going to do, a lot of my guys already bet that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the full game run line so I can at least get it down to like 130. So we're going to roll with the Dodgers run line full game -130. And let me just quickly touch on why. Dustin May is a man. Flamethrower, good control, stud rookie, probably one of the best rookie prospects they've had in a while from a pitching side. Dodgers mash right-handers. They kill them because they can run out Peterson and Muncy and Bellinger and Seager and all these guys. And frankly, Yamamoto's coming back to earth. He had 2 really good starts, but he's been touched up his last 3 times. I can't see, the Dodgers not – he's not getting through that lineup 3 times. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I got to play on this game too. Touching on May, he's I don't know what's more entertaining, his hair or watching that movement on his sinker. He's got really good stuff. The couple starts I've watched of him with the Dodgers, he's got really good movement. But I'm simplifying it, and I'm just taking the Dodgers on the team total over on the first 5, over 2.5, -120. I mean, let's just be honest. You mentioned it. You got Yamamoto, a pitch to contact righty, and he's going up against Muncy, Seager, a guy named Bellinger. Basically, you got the Dodgers lineup is a right-handed pitcher's nightmare because not only do they have a bunch of lefties in their lineup, every one of their lefties is a guy who can be on the All-Star team. It's freaking ridiculous how many good lefties they have in their lineup.
Right, and then the righty in the middle of the order is Justin Turner. So I mean, this guy could hit left-handers and right-handers. So yeah. So I think the simplest play. It's also probably the obvious play. Hey, Captain Obvious, Dodgers team total over. Yeah, Dodgers first 5 team total over. I think is probably is where I'm attacking this game at. So I got a unit on that. Okay.
First 5 team total over 2.5 at -120.
Okay. So clearly, and I have there are different bets here, but pretty much the same theory. I'm looking for them to cover a run line at 131, and he's got the team total. So we're kind of on the same boat there. Okay, so let's move to the next game. Okay, what a game here. We got the Red Sox and Sale. We got the Indians and Clevenger. Basically, in a pick 'em, we got -106 with Sale, -104 on Clevenger, with a over/under at 7.5. I looked at this game. I looked for a way to get on Sale just because he can, a guy can pitch a no-hitter any given day. But then I started breaking down Clevenger, and this guy is Mr. Consistent. Less than a hit an inning, more than a strikeout an inning, has good control, consistent. If I was going to lean, I would probably lean towards Cleveland, but I am off of it. I do know that Ant has something on it.
I am on the Indians. I am absolutely on the Indians here. Sale can be, we all know Sale can be very, very good. But problem is with Sale this season is he's also very inconsistent, especially on the road. So let's be honest there. And, the Indians lineup is not, the last lineup that Sale pitched up against. I wouldn't be surprised though. Sale went 8 innings and gave up 1 run, but Clevenger is absurdly good. The difference between Sale and Clevenger this year is you're right. Clevenger is consistent. Clevenger has an ERA right around 3. His ERA at home is under 1. All of his advanced numbers are in line with his ERA as well. Like he's not one of those guys where you're like, how's his ERA so low? Ooh, we got to wait for the regression here because this is what his SIERA and his FIP say. No, like his SIERA and his FIP are in line with all that. He has a K rate over 36%. That's fucking absurd. Actually, Sale has a K rate that high too. I mean, both these guys are averaging like 12 strikeouts per 9 innings, which is really crazy. One of the reasons why the total in this game is so low. But I think the real difference in this game, when we get past that 7th inning, is the bullpens. And the Cleveland bullpen, if you just want to break it down full year or the last 30 days, because when I break down bullpens, I like to do 30 days a lot, just because with all the IL stints, guys getting sent down to the minors, guys coming up from the minors, I think if you just go on the last 30 days, that's a little bit more reflective of where they're at now versus full season. But no matter how you break it down, no matter how you want to break down the bullpen, full season, last 14 days, last 30 days or whatever, the Indians bullpen is at least a run better on ERA, at least a run better on FIP, run better on SIERA, run better on XFIP. Every pitching metric you can look at, the Indians bullpen's better. They're a full 1.5 walks per 9 innings better than the Boston bullpen. Yeah, they're averaging under 3 walks per 9 innings. The Boston bullpen is averaging almost 4.5. So, say Sale and Clevenger both just pitch lights out, and they wind up getting pulled after the 7th inning because you're not 110 pitches or whatever, right? So now you have a 1-1 game going into the 8th inning. Which side would you rather be on? Which bullpen do you want to have your money on? I want my money at an even money price to be on the Indians here. So I am on the Indians.
Great. Fantastic breakdown. Fantastic. That was awesome. And I do agree with that. I would lean that way. I am off of it. But I hear you. Obviously the difference is the bullpens. All righty. So Ant is on full game. I'm sorry. Full game.
Yeah, yep. Full game.
Yep. All right. So next we're going to, oh man, Kikuchi Day. Kikuchi and the Mariners against Detroit and Boyd. So we got Kikuchi and the Mariners at plus 147. We got the comeback at Boyd at minus 157. The over-under at 9. I stayed off of this game, but it's a travesty to have the Tigers at basically minus 160 against anybody. I mean, their lineup is dog shit. I mean, you got Cabrera, and good for them. The last couple games, they've been hitting the ball. They've done it with smoke and mirrors, but this isn't going to last. I mean, you got Cabrera in the middle of that lineup, and that is it.
Isn't he like 40?
He can still hit. But, I mean, so you trade away Castellanos, who's killing it for the Cubs. What are you going to have? You got Nico Goodrin, and you got Christian Stewart in there, and, I mean, Candelario. I mean, this team's bad. But you have a stud starting pitcher. So I just couldn't find an angle. I mean, I would lean, I'm pretty sure, the way Anthony is going to go, but I did stay off of it. What you got, Ant?
So on the flip side, I don't really have anything good to say about the Mariners either. Their bullpen's bad. Their offense has been bad also, especially since, Beckham's been suspended. You got they've traded away some of their best pieces. But when it just comes down to it, I'm looking at the game. The reason why the line is where it is strictly because of the starting pitching matchup. And I'm sorry, but a starting pitching matchup should not move the line that drastically. I capped this game and I made the line at the Tigers between -120 to -130. That was the value range, or that not the value range. That was the fair line range for the Tigers, which meant that the fair line range for the Mariners would be like +120 to +130. That's where I set this game at. And the reason why I set the game as the Tigers being the favorite was because Boyd is theoretically a stud starting pitcher. I mean, he's got an ERA over 4. I mean, he's had some control problems, but he does have really good stuff. And Kikuchi's not been good. But both bullpens. Now, a lot's been made all season about how the Mariners' bullpen's actually been pretty bad, right? We all know the Mariners' bullpen sucks. But the Tigers is worse. The Tigers' bullpen's fucking terrible. So who gives a shit if Boyd goes out there and shuts the Mariners down and only gives up 1 run? If it's 1-1 going into the 6th inning and now we're in a bullpen battle, I mean, you basically just got 2 trash can bullpens. You got 2 trash can offenses. It's just like, gee, where do you want to go here? Well, I just want to go with the side that's giving me +145.
What are you going to do?
So, yeah. So I know the bet's probably going to lose slightly more than it's going to win because, like I said, I do have the Tigers as the favorite when I capped the game, but not -160. I have the Tigers, -130 is the top of the fair line range that I put them. So even if the line is at the top echelon of what I have the fair range is, I still got 15 cents of value on the Mariners. Sure. And this is a price game, You when you're capping these games, you got to have a price at where you're willing to bet each side. You got to be able to go into game understanding that you should be able to bet either side of the game depending on where the price lands. And the price landed on the side to where at this price, I have to take the Mariners. If the Tigers were -105, obviously I'd be on the Tigers, but at +145, I'm taking the Mariners. Just give me that. It's what I'm not happy about it. I'm not ecstatic about it. If the Mariners win, I'm not going to be on Twitter beating my chest about how I fucking called a great dog. I held my nose and bet this game.
All good. What up, Stelios? What up, Norm? What up, Isaac? Appreciate you guys coming in. Armin. Okay. What up, Max? Tyler? Okay. We move on. What do we got? We are going to the Mets Braves. A good matchup again. We got Wheeler and Fried. We got the Mets at +117. We got the comeback at -127. The over under at 9.5. 2 good pitchers. The Mets obviously on fire. They lost their first game yesterday. It was I think they had won 7 in a row. Braves can mash. Again, 2 good pitchers. I really couldn't find too much of an angle here, so I just stayed off of it. Ant?
I broke the game down. I came up with this game being basically 50-50. This game to me is a total coin flip. Now, like I said before, if I think the game's a 50-50, it should be a complete coin flip. I'm just going to go with the side that's giving me +115. So I'm on the Mets. I'm on the Mets first 5 because I kind of want to lower the variance because I do like Wheeler. I think Wheeler his stuff is better than Fried.
It is.
I don't think Fried sucks by any stretch of the imagination. Some people think Fried's a stud. Some people say Fried's not good. I think Fried is going to be career long. He's going to be he's going to be an above average starting pitcher, but I don't think he's got the stuff to be, like a Cy Young candidate or anything like that. I think Wheeler's stuff is Cy Young material if he can ever put everything together. The Mets
15 straight scoreless innings. Wheeler is.
Yeah. I mean, so he's hot. The Braves do have a better lineup. Both bullpens are shaky as hell, so I just don't. I want the variance of the bullpens out of this game, and I'm just taking the coin flip with the plus money. So I'm on the half unit for the Mets on the first 5 at +115. If you give me +115 flipping coins on 50-50s all day long, I'll do it.
Good pick right there. Okay, let's move on. We got just a couple more. Well, a handful. Holy shit. And we got to speed this up. Okay.
No, Jay said we could go until 6:15 because he's got shit to do.
Okay. We may go over that. We got the Astros. Oh, Jesus. Astros, White Sox. We got Cole against Nova. Holy shit. You got a pitch to contact pitcher against this group of men. This could get ugly. Money line, or excuse me, yeah, the Astros are 353. The White Sox are 308 on the comeback, over under 9. I didn't break this game down that much, but I'm kind of just looking at it, leaning over 9. I mean, shit, if the Astros get hot, they could get that themselves. But right now, I got nothing interesting enough. The White Sox over under is 2.5. Now it's juiced, obviously, but that may be a play there as well. And you got anything on that?
Oh God.
No. We can move on.
I don't know. It is what it is. It's one of those games where it's a substantially better team, and the line reflects that. The Astros are a much better team. They have a much better starting pitcher. It's one of those spots where you're only betting the White Sox because you're trying to grab a big plus number. But I'm not laying minus 360. I'm not going to take the White Sox though. I don't. No. I'm looking right now. I'm looking at the over 5.5 for the Astros on the team total. That's tempting, but it's minus 135. So that's kind of frustrating to me that I need to get I got to lay minus 135 to get to 6 runs. So even there, I don't really see a lot of value. I think the books kind of lined this game correctly to make you just not want to bet it.
Now looking at this game, I kind of like the team total is over. I'm going to stay off of it, but like Ant was just saying about the 5.5, and I mean 2.5. The White Sox, first off, they should be a better team. I mean, with Anderson, you got Jimenez, you got Abreu. Juan Macata's dinged up right now, but he's a good hitter. James McCann was an all-star. So you have 5 legitimate players, but they just, for whatever reason, they can't hit. But 2.5, even though it's juiced, isn't terrible. Garrett Cole's a fastball thrower. He's going to give them some pitches to hit. That may be a lean. I'm not giving it out, but could be a lean. Okay, let's move on to a nice little matchup here. We got the Twins and Brewers. We got Perez and Chase Anderson. Twins are plus 140. Wow. Brewers on the comeback is minus 150. The over-under is 10. I don't have anything on this, but I'll tell you what, Minnesota is a really good team. And, giving me 140, that would be tempting. Chase Anderson's been really good this year. But again, you're going to give me 140 on a really good Twins team. I would probably lean that way. Ant, what you think?
I think the same as you. I'm not betting the game, but if you said, hey, you have to bet the game, I'd grab the Twins. But I'm just going to stay off of it. One of the things is, you got that American League team in a National League ballpark, so one of their offensive pieces is going to be taken out. Yep. But I wouldn't recommend betting the Brewers at this price. That I think it's absolutely insane that the Brewers are minus 150 against a Twins team here. They probably need to tick that number down about 30 cents to minus 120, minus 125 to probably more accurately reflect where it should be. It would be either small. I have a small lean towards the Twins at that price, but not enough for me to want to bet it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's roll on. We got the Cardinals and the Royals.
Skip it.
Okay, just completely skip it. Okay.
Yeah, I have no interest in this game.
Okay, yeah, there's no reason to even start to break it down if we don't have interest. So we got the Diamondbacks and the Rockies. Ant?
This is one that got me kind of wondering, do I want to bet it or not? I don't have a bet on it, but the total at 13, I mean, I don't know, man. Every time a total is under 14 in Coors Field, it seems to go over. But
okay. You're not willing to step out?
Step out and what?
Pick something.
No, I don't got anything on this game. This might be one of those spots where we live bet it like we did last night. Wait for one of these sons of bitches to get down by 4 runs and then take the other side at plus 400 again, because that worked out really well yesterday. I mean, we've done it several times at Coors Field this season. When a team is down by 4 runs, we get them at like a big plus number, and then they wind up taking the lead, and we hit it on the comeback, and we get just roll both sides at big plus numbers. That would probably be something I look to do in this game. But pregame, I don't have anything for it. I definitely don't want to be betting over 13s, but I'm not betting an under in Coors Field.
I hear you. Maxwell. No Maxwell Smart Time on the K? Are you serious? You put in 40 hours a week. Come on, Max. What's up, Ron? What's up, RKE? What's up, Rich? All right, we move on. We got Oakland and Anderson. We got the Giants and Bumgarner. We got minus 100. So basically pick them. Oakland 102, San Fran 108, over under 8. I got nothing. You got anything yet?
I would lean Oakland here. They're a much better team. Anderson is a pitch to contact pitcher, and he likes to induce a lot of ground balls. I don't have a bet on the game, but if people wanted to bet this game, if they want to take a look at it, taking the A's here would be where I would go towards, but I would want an extra, 10 to 15 cents. Right now, I'm looking at plus 102 on the Athletics. If they got to like plus 110, then I'd start hitting it for a half unit. If they got to plus 120, that'd be a full unit play.
Okay, fair enough. All righty, we go with my Pirates and Trevor Williams, Angels, Caning. We got the Pirates at 153, Caning at 163, over under 9.5. Again, I did not bet this, but I would lean Pirates here. Trevor Williams, while they don't have a good pitching staff, right now is probably their best pitcher. Last year was one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball, actually. So the guy has proven it. Caning, while he started strong, has faded a little bit. Pirates notoriously will hit righties. Now, obviously, since the break, they don't hit anybody. But you at least get Brian Reynolds back to the left side. You get Josh Bell back to the left side. You get Melky Cabrera in that lineup, and all those guys are hitting around 300. So you're going to give me 153 with the Pirates. While I didn't bet it, that would be a strong lean, or over 4.5 at plus money on their team total, which is plus 115. You'll get the 9 full at bats. So I'm not on it, but if you guys are degenerates, you want to get down on something, that team total over 4.5 or the money line 153, I would like. Ant, are you going to just keep fading my Pirates?
Well, I desperately need the Angels to win this game because I have the Angels series bet at minus 200. So I'm kind of fucking annoyed right now that they lost last night. But for this actual game, that over 9.5 is looking pretty interesting. I haven't bet it yet, but I mean, at some point tonight, I think I might. How do you bet an under with the Pirates right now? Their pitching staff's been pretty terrible. The Angels can hit too. The Pirates can hit. Canning's not that good. I mean, it just seems like it's probably going to be a good spot for an over, especially with it not being a double-digit total. So an over 9.5 would be how I would look at this game.
Yeah, that's a good look. I wonder. I'm really kicking around making that official 153 on the Pirates. I'm just gonna sit back. Let me sit back on that and just stew on that. All right, so we're at the final game here. We are Rays in McKay and Padres and Lauer. So we got the Rays at minus 122. We got the Padres at plus 112. Over under 8. I really like McKay. I've seen him pitch probably 4 or 5 times this year. Now, when he first came up, he was lights out. His first start or two, he struggled. But this guy has electric stuff. I think he was 7 or 8 overall prospect in baseball for this year. High recruit, nasty stuff. And the Padres are just not really hitting right now. So I do like that matchup. Lauer, while his stats are okay, if you dig a little deeper, he's kind of garbage. So I lean. This is another one that I got pretty beat up on the juice. I shouldn't say I lean. I am taking a half unit on the Rays. I like the pitching matchup. The Rays are a better team. The Padres seem to get in their own way every damn night. So I'm going to do a half unit on the Rays at -122. And
I kind of agree with you a bit here. I wound up starting to break this game down, expecting to bet the Rays from the outset. But after I get past the starting pitching matchup, which I don't have anything to disagree with you there. I think McKay's he's got a 4.55 ERA, but he's got a lot of positive regression coming. His BABIP is pretty high; it's at 3.25. I expect that to come down a bit. So I think he's got a lot of positive regression coming. He's got really good stuff. I don't like Lauer either. I mean, Lauer's just very mediocre-ish. Lauer's got an ERA in the 4.50s as well, but all of his advanced numbers say, yeah, that's where it should be, 4.50. So what you see is what you get with Lauer. So from that angle, yeah, I think you got a starting pitching edge. But then when I broke it down farther, it's just one of those things where I don't see any other edges in the game significant for the Rays. I mean, the Padres have a slightly better bullpen. The Rays have slightly better lineup. It just comes down to when I finally came up with my number for the game, I came out with Rays at -120. And that's basically where we're sitting at on the number, is at that -120 range. So to me, it's just I'm betting what the fair line should be. So like if you want to take it down, you could get the Rays first 5 run line at +110. You could probably squeeze a little extra value out of the game there. But overall, I'm off it, but I definitely would be leaning on the Rays on this end.
Okay. Awesome. We just went through 12, 14 games. I'm going to recap. And you got all your plays written down or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to recap what I got, then I'll turn it over to Ant to recap what he has, and then I'll tell you about a little contest we're going to run.
Do you have a recap of yesterday's plays too?
No, because I'm not real sure how I'm going to do it right now. If we're going to do Excel, or I'm not sure. I think we were about even. I went 2 and 3, but my 2 wins were full unit wins, and I think you went 1 and 1.
No, 1 and 2.
Well, you were 1 and 2. So we were about even, but I will get that once. I don't know if I'm going to do it on Excel or what I'm going to do, but we'll get back to you guys on that. Okay, so here's what we got for the day. We got I'm going to take Tampa money line 122. I'm going to take the Dodgers run line at 131. These are both half units, the Dodgers and Tampa. I'm going to do Toronto plus 1.5 at 131. That's a full unit. I'm going to do the Mets and Braves first 5 under 5 at 102. That's a half unit. I'm going to do the Cubs Phillies under 10.5 minus 115 for a half unit, and Cubs money line minus 130 for a half unit. Normally these would be full units, but the later in the day we've gotten to the show, all these lines have moved. So that's why I've dropped down. Also, the winner of the contest, the name contest, was Stelios. Congratulations to them. And the new name is going to be Between the Seams, with the B, the E, and the T capitalized. So congratulations there. And what do you got?
All right, I got Indians money line full game plus 102 is what I bet it at. I'd bet it all the way up to like minus 105 because I think there's been about 5 cents a line movement. Mariners full game plus 145. Reds full game, I bet it at plus 110. You could get them at plus 122 now. So if you want to take them, that's the number I'm giving it, plus 122. Reds Nationals over 10.5 at minus 110. I have Dodgers first 5 team total over 2.5 at -120. And a half unit on the Mets first 5 at +115. All right, and that is a half unit on that one. So all my plays were full units with the exception of the Mets. That is a half unit play. So Indians money line, Mariners +145, Reds +122, Reds Nats over 10.5, Dodgers first 5 team total over 2.5 at -120, and the Mets for a half unit on the first 5 +115.
Okay. Tomorrow we're gonna have to speed it up because the games have started. Now most of these games we got to you guys before 7, but the recaps after. But we'll have to speed that up tomorrow. Contest. I always run some stupid contest. It's gonna be $20. $20 out of my pocket for free for you guys. Okay, tomorrow, total runs scored in all of Major League Baseball. DM me your answer, and whoever's closest will win $20. To qualify, you got to have PayPal, and you have to DM me. Don't do notification. Don't send it to Ant. Don't send it to Jay. DM me your answer, and the closest, 20 free bucks. Shit, retweet it. But I think that's all we got to Ant. You got anything?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, guys, hit me in the DM with your guesses, and we'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Jay should be coming on here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm sure Ant and I will be in and out. But anyway, thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.